Hi guys, it's Carlos, the Ultimate Fitness Trainer once again, and thank you so much for watching the video. And today we're doing a video inside Ricky's car because we're going on a way to the shoot that we have to do for this guy's development. They've done so well, they've dieted for over 10 weeks and they're looking amazing. More of that later. I'm sure you guys will see these guys on my Insta anyway. But today we've got a bit of a video about Ask the Trainer show. These guys, so I don't know what they're going to ask me. Hopefully I'll be able to answer, but they've got a couple of questions for me. So we've got Joe at the back. I don't know if you can see him. All right, Joe. Good, chilling. He's thinking about his question, I think. And we've got Ricky here, but I think the guy's got some questions for me. So over to them.
My first question is water. While I've been stripping down, obviously I've been on the distilled water, and people ask me, why are you drinking distilled water? What's the difference? The benefits of drinking that to tap water and to bottled water. So if you can let people know the difference between the three and the importance, then I think it'll give a better understanding about water, because obviously water is very important.
Yeah, sure. What I'll do, I'll explain what happens in tap water first, and then I'll explain what happens in mineral water, and I'll explain then what happens in distilled water. So what happens in tap water is full of magnesium, phosphorus, and a lot of the particles that are basically got a lot of enzymes of basically holding on to water into your stomach. So what it actually does, and the pH level also is below 7, so it's very acidic to the body. So actually not just the fact that it's bad for the body, it calcifies the pineal gland. Obviously do the research about the pineal gland. This is not a video to talk about the pineal gland, but it basically what it does, is very acidic. So what it actually makes you do, it makes you hold water in your intestine. Now, for the guys that probably don't compete, or for the guys that are not on a very strict diet, you probably won't really see that much difference. But for the guys that obviously want to get ripped and that kind of like, very toned physique, it'll be a massive difference, really, obviously. So that tap water really holds to a lot of water in your intestine, which making you feel a little bit bloated, and it doesn't really help your digestive system either, and it's bad for the body because it makes your body acidic. So there's scales of pH levels. So from 0 to goes all the way up to 10. So pH 10 being absolutely fantastic neutralization of alkalinity. That's why I keep going on about being alkaline, which is really good. So obviously the tap water is well below 7. I mean, some tap waters, depending on where you are in the country, depending on what countries they are as well, some tap waters could actually be below 4, which is really bad for the body, bad for the intestines, and it's not good for you at all. Now, the difference between mineral water is, obviously there's loads of different mineral water. This is not a video about to slag off different brands of mineral water, but I'll give you one example. If someone said to me, go and buy a mineral water, the only mineral water I will buy is basically either Voss water, just because it's pH 8. I've actually tested this myself. And Evian water. Now you may ask, why haven't I went and bought another water? I've bought waters before, like Volvic waters and stuff like that, but check it out. Some of the waters that claim to be mineral, they're not pH 7. So if you're not pH 7, it's not good for you. It's bad for the body. Again, it's acidic, and you're paying for it as well. So it's not good for you, especially for the guys that are competing. It's not good for you. So make sure it becomes alkaline. Why distilled water? Now, distilled water, you should only drink distilled water. Listen to this, and this is my advice only for you. If you want to do your own research, you do. Now, distilled water, what it does, it drags water away from your intestine. Okay. The reason being is because it hasn't got as much phosphorus, magnesium, and all the other metals that you find in minerals that you find in normal tap water. So it's really good to have distilled water only for a limited period of time, maximum I would say 10 to 12 weeks, because your body then needs the other minerals on your system. So I only advise for you guys to take distilled water if you're competing and you are serious about this, because there's no point you drinking distilled water one day and then drinking beer the next day. Because I've actually seen guys oh, Carlos, I've heard distilled water is really good, and they literally drinking distilled water and then have a Big Mac, and they're going out and getting on the piss. There's no point doing that, absolutely no point at all. But going back to distilled water is good for you guys to compete, to get dry, to get ripped, only for a limited time. Does that answer the question?
Yes.
Cool. Yeah. Joe, can you see me?
Joe's hiding in the back.
Stuck in the back.
You stuck. All right.
Okay, so obviously competing, we've dieted down, eating a small amount of carbs the last few days. People going on holiday, you know, they'll probably have dieted to a certain extent. How once they've had their holiday and enjoyed themselves a bit, how would you go about building up slowly to getting a regular sort of intake of food?
Yeah.
So you're eating like a good diet again.
Yeah. Right. So if I'm going to answer this question right, I mean, so you're saying you've died down for the competition, and now you get back into a normal diet.
Yeah,
a regular diet. Right. Okay. Now, this is one thing. Obviously, I advise these guys to do. I mean, for the guys that compete, you know that when you go on a very strict diet, obviously your stomach, your large intestine, your short intestine shrinks. So it's very important for you to understand that you have to introduce calories slowly, not just for the fact that obviously it's bad for your body, but also just to ease you into you not to put loads of weight on very, very quickly, because your body's screaming for calories. So let's say you've dieted hard for a competition, you've dieted hard to go on holiday, and you look amazing. Now, what a lot of people tend to do is, because the body's screaming for calories, they run to the first KFC or first McDonald's they can find, which is the biggest mistake you can do. Or they find sweets and chocolate, and all of a sudden they start eating the house and put alpha stone the next day. Now, I wouldn't advise you to do that, because not only it's bad for the body, it's bad for the mind as well, because it increases your serotonin levels crazily. So you may feel a bit like as if you're on drugs for a couple of days. So I definitely advise you to introduce calories slowly, which is, I said this actually to the guys yesterday. Make sure obviously you introduce carbs slowly, fats slowly, protein slowly, and try to kind of like eat regular, as you were doing basically, as you're doing in terms of regular meals, and introduce calories slowly. Obviously, you don't need to be on a negative nutrition balance. You don't need to lose weight this time, so you just got to introduce your calories slowly, so your insulin levels in your pancreas gets released slowly, and your body gets back into norm, really. Now, when I say normal, I don't mean kebabs and fried food and chips. What I mean normal is you can go back into eating normal meat, normal vegetables, and normal carbohydrates, the likes of sweet potato, brown rice. And you may say, bloody hell, Carlos, that's like being on a diet. But then I can actually turn the question to you guys. What is not being on a diet? I mean, are you going to eat shit for the rest of your life? Are you going to eat bread and crisps? And that's not a normal diet. That's a crazy diet. That's drug diet. So that's not really good for you anyway. So actually going back into a normality, meaning having more calories in order to obviously sustain your job, daily activity, which obviously people that have got very, like say, active jobs need enough calories in order to sustain their basically their daily activity and their training as well, which these guys are going to do. So I definitely introduce the calories slowly, eat regular meals, keep your hydration levels good, and also eat healthy. Try to eat the best you can, because you only got one body, you only got one life, so make the best of it. Does that answer it?
Yeah, that's
cool. Ricky?
Cheat meals on a diet, is there any pros?
Yeah.
What are the cons?
Yeah. Now, cheat meals on a diet. Now, you probably hear loads of these sort of like so-called experts on Instagram. I see them myself as well on YouTube. I cheated 3 times and I look amazing. Okay, now, how can I approach this one? Because a lot of these guys fuck you up. They do fuck you up because they don't really explain what cheat meal does to you. Now, have you spoke to any expert in the gym and they say, oh, I'm doing carb recycling, I'm doing this and I'm doing that? And you look at them thinking, shit, mate, you don't even know how to lift the weights. And they start talking about all this carb recycling. Look, I could be here all day explaining carb recycling to you, not because I want to show off, but I could, but I'm going to make it quite simple, right? What carb recycling is basically you playing with your brain. And what it is really, what carb recycling, how carb recycling works is, in a very simple term, is you basically bring yourself into low glycogen levels, a low calorie level, of carbohydrates, your insulin levels in your pancreas drop, because your insulin levels basically is what actually helps. Insulin glucagon helps you raise your blood sugars or drop your blood sugars. Okay, now so this is two very powerful hormones in your pancreas. Now when you eat carbohydrates, your body ejaculates insulin like hell. Okay, so how does this make sense, and how can I put the meat on the bones here? If you eat very small amount of carbohydrates, your insulin levels get increased slowly, and the next 2 days you increase your carbohydrate intakes and your insulin levels go through the roof, and then the next 2 days you drop your calories. So what this does is it basically keeps shocking the body. However, okay, this works for everybody. However, it doesn't work for fucking everybody. Listen to this and do your own research and listen to me. What I'm saying is, it's actually quite a question that I hear loads of guys trying to explain, but they fuck people up because they lie to people. Depends on your body composition. Now, if you are an ectomorph, you could do this all day. You could do high carb, low carb, high carb, low carb, high carb, low carb, and your body looks the same or look amazing if you look amazing anyway. Now, if you are on loads of steroids and your body is screaming for calories, whether you do a high calorie or low calorie, it's fucking gonna work anyway. And if you have a shit, or I have 2 shits or 3 shits, or I have 3 Big Macs, it's gonna work anyway. If you have a KFC or 2 kebabs, it's gonna work anyway. So when you're gonna start lying to people about high carbs, low carbs, and how does it work, it's a lot of bollocks, because you're on a gear, you're on steroids, so it's gonna work anyway. Now for the guys that are natural, you've gotta be very, very careful. So you've gotta remember, so you are an ectomorph, it can work. If you are a mesomorph, meaning the small, meaning the bigger guys, and they hold a lot of water, I'm just trying to be careful, because obviously Rick is trying to listen to this. Sat down, you're right, yeah?
Yeah,
cool. So you've got to be careful. So if you're a mesomorph, going back to the conversation, you've got to make sure that you do your carb and cheating meals slowly. What I mean by that is every cheating meal that increases your calories and increases your metabolism and shocks your body, but you only do that once every 2 to 3 weeks. Now if you do that every 3-4 days or every week, you may find that you put on a lot of weight, and you may find you're going to hold on to a lot of water. And if you speak to any guy that does that, okay, on a natural physique, by the way, he'll tell you the truth. Now if he's an ectomorph, he can get away with it. He's a mesomorph, he may not get away with it. And if he's an endomorph, I tell you, he definitely won't get away with it. But anyway, you do your own research, because I always like to tell you this, because a lot of you guys say, bollocks, I've done this. Okay, you might be an ectomorph and it works for you, but not one size fits all. So going back to the cheating meal, do it, but depends on your body composition. Okay, does that answer?
Yes, sure does, thank you.
Joe, last question.
Right, so obviously doing our cardio for dieting down, losing body fat, what are the advantages of doing it in the gym on a treadmill at a regular pace? What are the advantages of doing it outside?
Okay.
Disadvantages of doing it outside?
Okay. Now, advantages to do it in the gym, obviously if it's raining, you don't get wet, okay? If you like music, it's fantastic. So obviously, for the guys that probably like to look at the chicks, maybe it's good, but I don't really look at those kind of things, but I'll just get the job done. Joe, naughty boy, that's why he does it in the gym. But it all depends really. Look, cardio is cardio, whether you do it outside or not. Now, if you do it outside, obviously you got fresh air, you do power walking, you listen to the birds, you're in nature most of the time, and it's fresh air and it's good. Now, from a results point of view, from a fat burning point of view, there isn't really much difference, because you're doing aerobic exercise anyway. Now, I'm just going to say this to you: if you do it on a treadmill in the gym, you are at the regular pace. So let's say you're on speed 6, like say for instance, I do speed 6, incline 6, brilliant, works for me, works for my clients, works, right? Now if I'm gonna walk down the street, I might go in at speed 4, and then I might go speed 5, and then I might go speed 6, and I might go uphill, and all of a sudden my phone might ring, and I might answer the phone, and I'm walking on 3. So it may be irregular, so it might not burn fat effectively. One trick I've got is, have you noticed when I'm doing videos on power walk, have you noticed sometimes I'm getting out of breath? That's my trigger to know I'm working hard enough for it, although you might probably not have noticed that. But sometimes when I'm doing my videos, you think, Colours, you are, panting, what's wrong with you? I thought you fit, but well, at least I'm trying to work hard to keep my momentum going on speed 6. That's what I do. That's what I do. I've always done that. So I try to do that, but there isn't really, I wouldn't say from a fat burning point of view, if you keep the same speed, the same momentum, there's not really difference in terms of fat burning. It's just whether you prefer outside or inside. Some guys prefer it inside. Ricky, do you prefer inside or outside?
Both really. I like to, like you said, get out and get in the fresh air.
Yeah, some
just makes a difference than being constantly in the gym. So
yeah, it breaks down sometimes the routine as well. What about you, George? Do you prefer inside or outside?
Outside. Take the dog out for a run with us as well.
Yeah, I one with nature.
Yeah.
Fantastic. Yeah, that's in terms of benefits, more or less the same if you keep at the same speed, really. So does that answer the question?
Yeah.
Great stuff, guys. So any more questions, Joe?
No, that's it for me.
Ricky?
no, that's it for me. Thank you.
Fantastic. This guy is doing amazing, guys. I'm really looking forward to see these guys on stage, and also on their photo shoot today with Matt Marsh is going to be fantastic. So with all this said, guys, please check us on our Instagram, which is TheTrainer10, and also my YouTube channel, which is TheTrainer, and on my website, which is ultimatefitnesstraining.co.uk. And with all that said, stay happy, stay healthy, stay fit. Have a great day. Take care.